Hi. This is another game that Sansa has recommended. Slay the Princess. Specifically, what we have is, right here is Slay the Princess, the Pristine cut. Before this warning, or whatever it says, it gave info about content warning and go to the site of Black Debbie Games. It's a creator. Those are the developers. Or the developer, I don't know if it's one or more people, to check their site for the other content warnings and such. And it's a horror game, just saying. If you don't like the spooks, go get a kitty and pet that one. You hold it dear. With a kitty, I mean a cat. FYI. But let's do this. We're not even in the main menu. I wanted to start here to read this. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. So let's get in this one way. I'm playing with a controller because I'm gonna make less issues with noises. New game, let's go!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. So there are no wrong choices, as they said. Killing a princess seems... Wait, let me just read all of them first. Let me just check. Which one will I pick? Okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Well, thank you.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay. I already forgot how to do the quick save stuff. Maybe I should play with a mouse.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I guess that's my voice. Voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, wait, yeah, there are two people. Fuck. Proceeded to the cabin. Let's go in.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Pristine blade to perform a pristine cut? Wink wink.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. What if I just enter the basement without taking the blade? I'll fight her with my bare hands.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, true. Or you just release her. You could also do that.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Oh?
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
No.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Well, I've chosen this. There are no wrong choices, they said. Oh. Wait, what's the difference? I'm here to save you. Like, I'm here to save you. Think I'm here to slay you? Just continue down the stairs. Don't say anything. Just continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
I don't need a weapon. I have power in my body. Yeah.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Only one chain. Why not both chains?
She's beautiful.
I don't know.
How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you.
Stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Sure. Oh. Just don't. No, I'm going to continue with the don't say anything. Just examine the chains. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
No, I'm not.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Shut up, voice in my head. You're a voice in my head. So I have schizophrenia or whatever.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Thank you, other voice in my head.
You walk up to the chains binding the
Hey,
princess
her
to the
eyes.
wall and give them a tug.
What is she? She's looking away. This means she's hiding something. Oh boy, this psychological signs here.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I don't even have a knife with me. The blade is above. I can get it.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let's see. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Thank you.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Just try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey! Let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Fine.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Nah.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Well, I'm stuck in a basement with a princess. Maybe I could just live my life with her then. A basement life. If she is still here for a long time and no one has given her food, how is she still alive? That's one actually a good question on myself that I'm asking myself now, because like, what the fuck?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who's they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Damn!
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Behind me?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Wait, how is this knife here? A blade, whatever. It looks like a knife. It looks like a dagger.
Or we could use it to free her.
Ah,
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I will like what happens if I do that. Save the princess.
Fine.
You listen to me, narrator.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Let's just cut your arm off, but it's fine. You started. You want this. You're determined.
You cut into her flesh.
Why are we a lizard, by the way?
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
She could have been used to the pain, or used to whatever happened to her, or she is so malnutritioned that her senses aren't working.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Ooh.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okie doke. Let's approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
But you're the narrator. You can't. I'm questioning this. How are you able to stop this from happening if you're only the narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
that's
your
how.
body steps forward and raises the blade.
That's how you're in me.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Nothing. It's not me. Shit. Warn her. Hey, I could warn her. Warn her.
Stop that.
No.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I know. I'm not doing this.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
I'm actually very happy she did that. I want to see her survive this.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I'm trying to get her out of here alive. Like, I know the whole point of the game is slaying her, and the way you go, because I've some... Spoiler for myself, I watched some of it from someone else. So yeah. I still want her? Resist!
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Don't do it, princess. Just leave. You have the power. You have the power to leave.
We both know this isn't you.
I'm glad she's smart.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Do it. Just end me. I'm gonna stop you.
She plunges it
Yeah.
into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
Ah.
It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Ah! I'm not dead yet. At least slow down.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, is it Blade? Does a blade have his own free will?
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Yes, I like this voice.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Good.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Why do you keep stabbing me? Hey! You say I'm sorry, you keep stabbing me!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Ooh, rivulets of pink. I'm getting pink blood on me now.
It can't just end like this, right?
For me, it does.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
The three of us made our choice. You are just a bitch.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
R.I.P. me. Goodbye, me. The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh boy.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
To be fair, the only thing I saw people play was a demo. So I don't know how it goes further in other chapters. Because the demo was like, you can go a lot, you can pick your choices, and every choice you pick changes some form of it. It's the smallest choices will change something, which is why this game is so cool.
You're here to slay her.
And I am late for this,
If you
yes.
don't, it will be the end of the world.
Because I know how long this game will be. Ooh. Just proceed. Just proceed to the cabin. Oh no. What happens if I turn around and leave? Oh, you bastard! You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
Lies.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Why is it a smitten? Yeah.
Our beloved?
Yeah. I'm smitten by her beautiful face and her pristine, clear voice has hypnotized me.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Yeah, I like the smitten.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I like it back on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
True.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
But why is the whole world at stake? Because of one individual.
I beg to differ.
Exactly.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
Protestations, what a word. Protestations.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I've never seen a consequence, so I don't know.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Exactly. Maybe I don't even need to speak here. I should just let them speak and just grab a bowl of popcorn and just let them fight.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Is this a multiverse kind of thing?
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Maybe narrator bad. Stop him, save everyone. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
I'll make my right call. Just proceed. We don't talk about this princess. Just proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Oh, true. Very true.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed into the cabin. Let's go. Were there windows before?
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Can I throw the blade away? There's a mirror. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
There's a mirror! What would you lie about that? What's the point? Ooh. But I like the second one. However, I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her.
Yeah, our scaly self.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
You know what's interesting? Everything but the knife and the mirror are moving. Cool idea. This whole cabin is different than the last time.
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
I'll approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Lies.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Huh?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
We have feathers? Don't take the blade. I'm not taking the blade. I don't want the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Well, she has a carpet and torches. It looks mighty inviting. You don't know how the rest of the place looks. Or maybe you do because you're the narrator.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, it sounds even softer than before.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Nice.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Wait, but the chain isn't even. It looks like it's on the wrist of the cuff, but it also doesn't. It's weird.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
See? It is the second time.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
See? I told you. It also points out that the explore stuff will have different effects on the choices.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Yeah!
Well, she killed us.
Because of him!
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
I can tell her. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator sent me here to kill you, took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Nah.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She forgives me. Oh my god!
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Why though?
That's because she's perfect.
Yeah!
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
That would be an interesting revolution if that's how all this goes.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Everyone has a voice in their head, narrator.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Do we have any oil?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
No.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No. I don't want the world to end. What are the other ones? The feelings one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful wound to them all. I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
There we go.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Rescue the princess.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would.
Oh boy.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Wait, wouldn't she be able to do it herself?
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
She's so digged.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Oh boy, the believers.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
How do you know if that's the actual truth? That's the thing. I want to know why you are a subjective person or a subjective disembodied voice in my fucking head.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Why did the music change?
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
But what would make you happy? You will have to want something more than just making me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Wait, her entire line art and whatever changes.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
But you need your own thing. You just mad me. You can't base your entire happiness around you. Or me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now?
And they lived happily ever
We're the
after.
only
It's
ones
all
here.
she wanted. An achievement. Oh. You don't get the chance to ask another question. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place.
No. She was our perfect match.
The mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Hey, the narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? A villain vanquished.
Vanquish the narrator, let's go! I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
Awful thing. The mirror?
I can't believe she was taken away from us. The nerve.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I have no other choice.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I have no choice. Ignore him. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. It's me! Wait, I only see arms and two... my eyes are so shifty. What else is in there? I can't see. It's too dark. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Huh? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What's the gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Oh, a body for her to take over. That's it. Okay.
This one is a reflecting pool of desire unfulfilled. She will make for a pliant heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Yeah. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or were you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
No, I don't think so. What happens now? I mean, if I say let her out of there. Excuse me. If I say let her out of there, then something else would happen. So what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
If I don't believe she can make me forget, or if I believe that she won't do any harm, then she won't do any harm at all. Because the princess is who we want the princess to be, depending on what happened beforehand, for our first meeting. I mean, that's how the entire game, that's the entire game loop.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So I need to give her every perspective. So like we have the damsel or another ones. And then we get the true ending or something. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
If it's infinite, then I'm just... I have to do this the entire time. Our whole life is based on this. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you... is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
What does semantic mean? Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
What? Everything goes dark, and you die.